I speak a lot, and one of the speeches that I have is called 5 Ways Not to Waste a Life. And so in thinking of this talk, the Success Chronicles, here's the 5 ways not to waste a life. And then we'll run off on these. Number 1 is avoid the comparison trap. Avoid the comparison trap. And I can define what comparison trap is. It's hoping that what I buy or get to match what someone else has, hoping that what I buy or match to match what someone else has makes me as happy as I think it makes them without knowing the real truth. Hoping that what I buy or get to match what someone else has makes me as happy as I think it makes them without knowing the real truth. But you know, when you get caught up in this comparison trap, it's just a recipe for anxiety and depression and loneliness and worse thoughts, because comparison is a thief of joy. It kills it. It just ruins it. It robs it. You'll never win. That will never win. That's a loser. It's just a losing game. You know what matters most in your life matters least to people that don't matter. What's most important, like, for example, in your marriage, is least important to people writing movies and scripts and lyrics and songs. They don't care about your marriage. It's least important to them. What's most important to your finances is least important to advertisers that sit around tables and want to take your money. But comparison is the thief of joy. Get out of that. Number 2 is conquer the fear of failure and pursue your dreams. Conquer the fear of failure and pursue your dreams. You got to love it. When I was growing up, I loved the study of money. I loved it. What would you do for free? You don't care if somebody paid you. You will get on the stage and tell it. Or when you talk about it, you don't care what time it is. What do you love it? Well, conquer the fear of failure. And especially if you're a young adult watching this, fail as early as you can. Fail as early as you can. And fail as much and as early as you can. You got to want it, but you fail as often and early as you can, right? And here's the people, well, I ain't got a gift. First, that's terrible. I don't have a gift. No one would care if I did. It's too hard to use it, right? It won't make a difference. That's not true. And we know where that's coming from. Conquer the fear of failure and pursue your dreams. Number 3, seek wisdom, not just knowledge. You've heard that saying, seek wisdom, not just knowledge. The person who knows why will always have a job. The person who knows how will always have a job, but the person who knows why will always be the boss. The person who knows how will always have a job. The person who knows why will always be the boss. Chip, it's just how it works. When I was 23, I got my first job, and I was driving an hour and a half each way when I started my company. And so I'm 3 hours on the road every day. And I had a decision. I can either sit in traffic and rot my brain, or I can grow. And I don't know why, but God just landed in my heart, you need to grow. And I started going around to every library around Atlanta, name it. I've been in there, and I would go grab cassette tapes. If you're young, you don't Google cassette. You don't know what cassette tape. But I grab every cassette, motivational speaker, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Earl Nightingale. You name them. I've listened. I grabbed these cassette tapes and throw them and for 5 years, I just drove in my car, growing every day, and I was dictating notes, and the secretary typed them up, and I was just growing every day. Everybody else's brain is just dying, and I was growing. It changed the culture of my company. It changed how I parent. It changed my marriage. It changed my income. It changed everything about the outlook of my life, because I sought wisdom, not just knowledge. It's one of the greatest things. I don't know why God landed on that, made me do that. It was a wise choice back then. I was a knucklehead, but that was one wise thing I did. Number 4, way to not waste a life, love your family. Listen to me. If you're a dad watching this, you dads, let's grow up and show up. Grow up and show up. I'm sick and tired of it. All right, come back. It's time that it's time. Our kids need their dads. They need moms too. Moms are there. Our kids need their dads. No doubt about it. Statistics show that. And love their moms. It's time for us men to grow up, show up, and love their moms, right? And so, and last is find your purpose in something greater than yourself. Here's a great quote of Pastor Louis Giglio said this: if God answers your prayers today, will just your world benefit or will the whole world be better? If God answers your prayers today, will just your world benefit or will the whole world be better? What are you praying for, right? And man, it's time to flip the script. This is telling us to get more for ourselves, to keep more for ourselves, to hoard more for ourselves. And the way to success and happiness is by serving ourselves. That's the world's greatest lie. And if you're sick and tired of no purpose and no meaning and no passion in your life, it's flipping the script and becoming second to others. It's serving others. Chip, God put in our brains, think about it, a reward system. The mind doesn't allow itself to feel hopeless when it's giving hope. It's impossible for the mind to feel hopeless when it's giving hope. God even built in our brains dopamine, chemicals that get released when we do good things. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. Why would nature do this? Nature wouldn't care. We have in our brains a reward system that rewards us when we do good. And it's time to flip the script and become second. And the second, the selfish reason is the world rewards reciprocity. So in my book, if I could just quickly tell about it, part of this is about giving. One of the greatest decisions young adults will make is to take part of their salary and give it away, because everything about life changes when you become a giver. Everything about life changes. The world gets new perspective when you start giving. And the selfish reason is the world rewards givers. It's the law of reciprocity. You can never outgive more than you outget. That's not how the world works. It's going to give you back more than you get. But here's the trick, Chip. Everybody thinks that when you start giving, well, if I give 10, I want to get 12 back, whatever 10 and 12 is. If I give 10, I want to get 12 back. Here's the trick. When you start giving that 10, you don't care what the 12, the 12 you want to get back completely changes. You think you know what it is, but what you want to get back completely changes. Because everything about life gets new perspective when you start giving.
Go get it.